I'm telling you, watching these Planet of the Apes movies is like taking a trip to the Uncanny Valley amusement park. 1 minute, I'm munching on popcorn, and then the next, I'm wondering if I should be offering a tissue to these digital chimps. Seriously, I almost reached out to pet one of them through the screen. So soft. I'm just waiting for the day that I can invite one of these CGI chimps over for dinner and have a heartfelt conversation about the meaning of life. Now, I gotta admit, following up that epic Apes trilogy from 20th Century Fox was no easy feat, but they had Matt Reeves steering the ship for the second and the third films, and those turned out to be gold mines of cinematic awesomeness. But let's not forget Rupert Wyatt, who kicked things off with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It was like the warm-up act at a concert, you know? I mean, not quite headliner material, it was starring James Franco, but it laid the groundwork for the epicness that was to come. Now, fast forward to Wes Ball's turn in the director chair for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I gotta hand it to the guy. Coming from the Maze Runner world and jumping into the ape-filled jungle is no small feat. But you know what? He pulled it off. Sure, it might not be hailed as the greatest thing since hot chocolate, but it is a pretty damn good Apes movie in my book. But one thing I gotta admit is that Wes Ball knows how to spin a tale that's so gripping. It's like trying to put down a bag of chips that just can't stop. Damn you, Pringles. Critics are saying he's like the maestro of storytelling, blending Caesar's legacy with a fresh new vibe that's got everyone on the edge of their seats. And let's talk about Tim Burton's reboot. Wait, where are you going? I mean, I love Tim Burton, but that movie was like a banana peel on a rainy day, slippery and not going anywhere fast. But then came the modern reboot trilogy. Rise of the Planet of the Apes had me rooting for Caesar like he was my own pet monkey. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was like a lesson in ape-human diplomacy. Who knew apes could be better politicians than some humans I know? Probably everyone. But War for the Planet of the Apes was intense. Those apes really know how to bring the drama, don't they? And now, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. They took things to the next level. But Disney went on a spending spree and nabbed 20th Century Fox for a whopping $71.3 billion. That's billion, with a B. They got the whole shebang, the film, the TV studios, cable stuff, and even international TV businesses. Now, you'd think fans and industry folks would be all hyped about this mega deal, but there were some raised eyebrows. People were worried about Disney turning everything into the Mickey Mouse Club.
Mickey Mouse!
But they handled the Planet of the Apes franchise like a boss. Disney's success with this movie was like hitting a home run in a galaxy far, far away, because they screwed up Star Wars.
They fly now? They fly now!
They showed everyone they can handle big franchises without turning them into cheesy remakes.
Now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
The Planet of the Apes movies tell a big story that goes back and forth in time. First, there's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's where we meet Caesar. It shows how apes got smarter because of a science experiment. Next was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This one happens 10 years after Rise. We see Caesar leading a bunch of smart apes. Humans and apes try to get along, but things get tense and a big war almost breaks out. Then came War for the Planet of the Apes. Here, Caesar and his ape friends fight against a tough human leader. It's a big battle, and Caesar learns a lot about himself along the way. Now, there's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Generations have passed from where the war left off. We'll see what happens after the fight and how apes and humans deal with everything. These movies talk about more than just fighting. They're about thinking, feeling, and what it means to be alive. Generations after Caesar kicked the bucket, guess who's been climbing up the evolutionary ladder? Yep, you guessed it. It's those hairy, banana-loving apes. Now, we got Noah, played by Owen Teague, the dude from The Stand, who's just a young chimp trying to figure out life. But here comes trouble. Penzi, the peace-loving village dude, gets his place thrashed by an army of apes led by the wannabe king, Proximus. And there's Caesar, played by Kevin Durant. No, not the basketball guy, although it would be hilarious. He's on a mission to rescue his ape buddies from the clutches of evil. And you know what? He's not alone in this wild adventure. He bumps into this human girl played by Freya Allen from The Witcher, who reluctantly becomes his sidekick. Now imagine this motley crew trekking across the post-apocalyptic Earth, dodging angry apes and plotting their next move. This film's action-packed sequences had me clinging to the edge of my seat. I felt like I was swinging through the trees alongside Noah, bonding with eagles and dodging danger. It's like they took all the best parts of a roller coaster ride and turned it into a cinematic masterpiece. And can we take a minute for the CGI and visual effects? I mean, they were so good. I almost thought I was watching real apes take over the world. I mean, would it be that different? Move over, Avatar. There's a new visual effects champ in town. you friggin' blue dummy. Speaking of the world, the Eagle clan added a whole new layer of intrigue. These apes had more drama and tradition than a family reunion at Thanksgiving. Noah's rite of passage was like watching someone level up in a video game, except with feathers and fur. He just steals the show. At the start, he's just a friendly, innocent member of the Eagle clan. You know, the kind of ape that you'd want as a neighbor. Always waving, saying hi, tending to his lawn. But deep down, he's got this moral compass that keeps getting him into trouble with ape law. He's thrown into all sorts of wild situations that really test him, but he's got brains, thanks to his ancestors, so he's not just monkeying around. By the end, he's not just some cute chimp. He becomes this tough, brave leader, rallying his fellow apes against the big bad boss, Proximus Caesar. So yeah, Noah's not just another ape in the jungle. He's the ape who's rewriting the rules, stepping out from Caesar's shadow, and showing everyone that leadership isn't just about muscle, it's about heart, brains, and a little bit of monkey magic. All in all, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is like that sequel that nods to the old classics but tries to strut its own stuff too. Critics are all over the place, saying it's got this vibe from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's not just copying, it's adding its own spice to the mix. Now, let's talk about Tim Burton's version. It's okay, it can't hurt you anymore. It's like that outfit that you thought was real cool in high school, but is cringeworthy now. People weren't too thrilled with how it all came together, but Kingdom has got action sequences that make you go, wow! And the story that makes you go, deep stuff. But let's not forget about the OG classics. They're like the grandparents of sci-fi movies, laying down the law and setting the standards. Kingdom tips its hat to them, trying to keep the essence alive while bringing in some new flavors. So in the end, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is like that cool kid at the family reunion, paying respects to the past but also carving out its own place in the family tree.